Hi, I'm Karen Gravano from Families of the Mafia.
And I'm Karina Seabrook, and we're hanging with InTouch.
Well, I personally didn't know the two new families that have been added. I knew their stories, I didn't know them on a personal level. So every family was actually shot with their own families. We didn't cross over families because the storylines were just way too deep and there's so much to tell. So we kind of like basically all focus on our own stories and our
Families,
own
yeah.
families.
Me and Polly were at the time very young and, in, I guess, a toxic relationship. But as of now, I really have no hatred, resentment towards him. I'm happy to see him doing good on his own. And I took the time to focus on myself, and things have been amazing, thank God. So as far as me and him, we are cordial, but living two different lives now. Just myself. Just myself and my bank account as of now. Just strictly focused.
We actually met in the 90s and we didn't date. We just really, grew a friendship. And then through the later years when the laws started to change and I started to actually, experiencing my own situations with the justice system and started helping my father with some of the things that he was going through with his case, I was always thinking about Xavier. And, we were always in contact. And one day I was like, so many laws are changing that maybe this is able to help you. And the more I started to do my homework and the more I started to like research not only his case, but other cases, the more this became so personal to me because there are so many people that are currently incarcerated that don't have a voice or don't have a means or ways to fight for their freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, there were so many harsh prison sentences that were given out in the 80s and the 90s, and there is a climate within the court system right now where these laws are changing, and the reason why is because it was like injustice. There were a lot of people that were given life sentences for drugs in that era, but they're changed, they're human beings, they've rehabilitated themselves. And I think that the courts and people are fighting to show that that should be taken into consideration. As it is, there are many people, hundreds of people that are coming home and overturning these sentences. So for me to be a voice to help not only my loved one, but other people that are experiencing that, I think this is a great platform, and I'm actually happy that I'm able to do this. Well, we know each other for since, like I said, the early 90s, but probably the last 5.5 years, it's just like, our love for each other has grown stronger and stronger and stronger. And he's definitely someone that I want to be in my life forever. We don't focus on the relationship as much as we focus on his freedom. Like that's, my boyfriend. We're definitely, want to be together, but the reality is up front and center is his fight for his life. And I will always remain in his corner through thick and thin, whether we're in a relationship or we're not in a relationship. You know what I mean? This is just such a place where I feel that there are so many people that are just stuck. And it's just, like I said, it's honestly something that eats at my soul. And like, he's such a great person. He's someone I love. And he's someone that, I wish he'd come home tomorrow and we can get married. But reality is we're in for the long haul and we're just continuing to fight. Emails, phone calls, visits. I think the main thing in any relationship is communication. And when a person's locked up and they're not able to be across the table from one another, looking in each other's eyes, you have to really exhaust every avenue that you can and communicate on a different level. And like, that's why I think I fell in love with him, because it's his soul that, you get to meet and you know a person as an individual. I mean, hopefully you don't come home and get on my nerves, but the reality is, he's definitely a great person and he definitely deserves a second chance at life. Some of them here and there. Mob Wives was a stepping stone for me, and I made good memories there, and I'll always hold them dear to me. But we all kind of went in our different directions. Briefly, sometimes. Ramona, obviously, is my cousin, so she's in my life all the time. And Marissa. I try, like, at this point where I'm at in my life, there's no hard feelings. And I look at Mob Wives as definitely a stepping stone, and it got me to where I am. So this show is totally different. It's a whole different direction. And, like I said, I'm excited to be where I am right now. Families of the Mafia premieres Thursday, July 15th.
At 9 p.m. on MTV.